Stop scrolling for just 15 minutes. What I'm about to tell you could be the difference between dying with your potential still inside you or becoming who you're meant to be. Have you ever wondered why some people get everything they want while others struggle year after year? It's not luck. It's not connections. The brutal truth is hiding in plain sight. Your weaknesses aren't minor flaws. They're silent destroyers, working against you every single day. Most people think weakness is just a personality trait you're born with. Wrong. Weakness is a choice. And every day you choose to stay weak, you're choosing to stay powerless. Machiavelli understood something 500 years ago that society has spent billions hiding from you. He wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." The world doesn't reward your good intentions. It rewards strength, strategy, and results. Today, I'm going to show you how to identify the weaknesses sabotaging your life and eliminate them. But first, ask yourself, what if everything you've been taught about being nice and patient was designed to keep you controllable? Let's get started. Number 1, weakness is programmed, not natural. Weakness isn't something you're born with. It's carefully installed in your mind from childhood, like malware on a computer. From day one, society feeds you commands. Always say sorry, put everyone else first, never stand up for yourself, accept mediocrity, wait for permission, feel guilty for wanting more. This isn't education, it's programming. The purpose? To create compliant, predictable people who won't challenge the system. Look how this shows up daily. You check your phone first thing, letting others' priorities hijack your thoughts. You say yes to commitments you don't want because no feels uncomfortable. You downplay achievements so others won't feel bad. You avoid difficult conversations, letting problems grow. Machiavelli said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves." You've been trained to be neither. You've been trained to be prey. Every time you avoid confrontation, accept less than you deserve, or make excuses for people who don't respect you, you're reinforcing this programming. The most dangerous part? This programming makes you think choosing yourself is selfish, that having standards is mean, that wanting more is greedy. But here's the secret. The people who taught you these rules don't follow them. The successful didn't get there by being endlessly accommodating. Once you see the programming, you can delete it. Question everything you've been taught. Ask yourself, is this belief serving my goals or keeping me small? Number 2, weakness equals becoming a target. In the real world, there are only 2 types of people, those who take what they want and those who get what's left. Your weaknesses aren't personal flaws, they're giant neon signs flashing, "This person can be manipulated." Think about your workplace. Who gets promoted? The person who works hardest or the person who positions themselves strategically? Think about relationships. Who has power? The person who cares more or the person willing to walk away? What happens when you signal weakness? People test your boundaries constantly, pushing further each time. Your opinions get dismissed because you won't fight back. Your time gets treated as less valuable because you never protect it. Your goals get mocked because you won't defend them. The harsh reality? People don't respect what they can easily control. They respect what they cannot. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This doesn't mean being cruel. It means being someone whose boundaries cannot be crossed without consequences.
When you display weakness, you're training everyone how to treat you. Every time you accept disrespect, you're teaching that disrespect has no cost. Your weakness becomes their opportunity. Your hesitation becomes their advantage. And the worst part? Once people learn they can manipulate you, they lose respect for you entirely. Even if they benefit from your weakness, they secretly despise you for letting them. Drop this affirmation. I choose respect over approval, strength over comfort. Number 3, the comfort trap keeps you weak. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Most people choose the safe path, the predictable path, the path where they don't have to face fears. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. Comfort creates weakness because it eliminates the need to grow. When everything is easy, you never develop the muscles you need for life's real challenges. Look around. How many people live the exact same life they lived 5 years ago? Same job, same problems, same excuses. That's no accident. That's comfort. Here's what comfort really costs you. Your potential dies in comfort. Every day you choose the easy path, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. Your dreams die quietly, one comfortable choice at a time. Your skills deteriorate in comfort. Like physical muscles, mental muscles need resistance. When you avoid challenge, you become less capable of handling it. Your confidence shrinks in comfort. Real confidence comes from doing difficult things and succeeding. When you only do easy things, you start doubting your ability to handle anything challenging. Your opportunities disappear in comfort. The best opportunities always come with risk, always. People who avoid discomfort miss every chance that could transform their lives. Machiavelli said, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past." The pattern repeats. People who avoid discomfort today create massive pain tomorrow. The person who avoids difficult conversations ends up in relationships that destroy them. The person who avoids career risks watches younger people get promoted past them. The person who avoids physical discomfort ends with bodies that fail them. Every successful person learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They took the scary call, had the hard conversation, made the risky move. While others chose comfort, they chose growth. Drop this affirmation: I embrace discomfort as the price of my evolution. Number 4. The 4 lies that destroy your power. Lie 1. Good things come to those who wait. Wrong. Good things come to those who take action. While you're waiting, someone else is taking what could have been yours. Lie 2. Everyone deserves respect. Respect is earned, not given. When you give respect to those who haven't earned it, you devalue your own worth. The people who deserve respect don't demand it. They don't need to. It flows to them naturally because of who they are and what they've done. Lie 3. Just be yourself and people will like you. Which version of yourself? The lazy version or the disciplined version? The fearful version or the courageous version? The right version might make people uncomfortable, and that's exactly who you need to be. You don't need everyone to like you. You need the right people to respect you. Lie 4. Everything happens for a reason. This is victim mentality disguised as wisdom. Things happen because of your decisions and actions, nothing more. When something goes wrong, there's no hidden lesson from the universe. There's just cause and effect that you need to understand. When something goes right, it's not fate. It's the result of your choices and effort.
Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Stop appearing weak by believing these lies. Each lie serves the same purpose, to keep you passive, waiting, and dependent. Now that you see them, reject them. Drop this affirmation: I reject comfortable lies and embrace uncomfortable truths. Number 5. Replace emotion with calculation. Here's where most people lose. They make emotional decisions and then try to justify them logically. Successful people do the opposite. They make logical decisions and manage their emotions around them. When someone disrespects you, emotion screams, "React now." Calculation asks, "What response serves my long-term interests?" When opportunity appears, emotion whispers, "What if I fail?" Calculation asks, "What's the real risk versus reward?" When someone tries to manipulate you, emotion says, "Maybe they're right." Calculation asks, "What are they trying to get from me?" How emotional decision-making destroys you. You react instead of respond. Reactions are automatic, driven by the oldest parts of your brain. They're fast, loud, and almost always counterproductive. Responses are deliberate, strategic, and chosen. You make decisions based on feelings that change hourly, not consequences that last years.
Feelings are influenced by what you ate, how you slept, who you talked to. They're terrible guides for important decisions. You become predictable and easy to manipulate. When people know what makes you angry, scared, or desperate, they can pull those strings whenever they need something from you. You waste energy on battles that don't matter. Emotions make everything feel urgent. That comment from a stranger feels like a crisis. That minor disagreement feels like a war. You fight battles that don't matter, while the real ones go unwon. Calculation changes everything. Before responding, ask, what outcome do I actually want? Not what feels good, not what makes you look tough. What actual, tangible outcome are you trying to achieve? Before acting, ask, how will this affect me 6 months from now? Stop optimizing for the next 5 minutes and start optimizing for the next 5 years. Before engaging difficult people, ask, is this worth my energy, or am I just feeding my ego? Most conflicts are just ego-feeding exercises. They accomplish nothing except making you feel temporarily superior, while costing you time and peace. Machiavelli said, the wise man does at once what the fool does finally. The wise calculate first, then act. The fool reacts first, then suffers. This doesn't mean becoming cold. It means using emotions as information, not as your decision-making system. Your emotions tell you what matters. Your calculation tells you how to get it. Drop this affirmation. I am the master of my emotions, not their slave. Number 6, the power of strategic detachment. The moment you become too attached to any outcome, you lose power to influence it. Attachment makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to manipulate. When you desperately need approval, they control you. When you desperately need a job, the employer has all the power. When you desperately need a relationship to work, the other person knows they can treat you poorly. Your need becomes their leverage. Your desperation becomes their advantage. Think about it. When you desperately need someone's approval, they can give or withhold it based on whether you do what they want. When you desperately need a job, they can offer less money, worse conditions, and you'll still take it. When you desperately need a relationship to work, you'll tolerate disrespect, neglect, even abuse.
Strategic detachment means you want the best outcome. Work for it, give it everything, but you're prepared for any outcome. You have options, you have alternatives, you have a life that continues regardless. Machiavelli said, the promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Always have alternatives. Never let one person's decision destroy your plans. Never make your happiness dependent on one person, one job, one opportunity. When you're not desperate, you make better decisions. You don't settle. You don't accept less. You evaluate opportunities based on merit, not fear of having no other options. When you're not needy, people respect you more. There's something magnetic about someone who needs nothing from you. That lack of neediness signals strength, abundance, self-sufficiency. It makes people want to be around you, want to help you. When you're not attached to outcomes, you're free to take the actions that create them. You can take risks because you're not terrified of losing. You can walk away from bad deals because you have other options. The irony is that detachment often leads to getting exactly what you want because you're operating from strength, not weakness. Drop this affirmation. My peace comes from within, not from external validation. Number 7, become the consequence. This is the final lesson. Stop explaining yourself to people determined to misunderstand you. You know who they are. They twist your words, ignore your context, focus on the 1% they can criticize. You don't owe them an explanation. Let them misunderstand. Their misunderstanding is their problem, not yours. Stop justifying decisions to people who don't live with the consequences. They don't wake up in your life. They don't pay your bills. They don't lie in your bed wondering if they made the right choice.
Their opinions cost them nothing and cost you everything. Stop giving them that power. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Your voice matters. Your contribution matters. Your presence matters. The world doesn't need another person shrinking, apologizing for existing. The world needs what only you can give. You are not here to make everyone comfortable with your success. Some people will always be threatened by your growth. That's their issue, not yours. You don't exist to manage their insecurities. You are not here to shrink so others feel bigger. When you shrink, nobody wins. You lose your potential, and the world loses your contribution. Stand tall. Take up space. You are not here to apologize for wanting more. Wanting more is not greed. It's growth. It's evolution. It's the force that built every civilization. When you stop wanting more, you start dying. Machiavelli said, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Your value doesn't come from what others think. It comes from what you do with your time, from the person you choose to become. Become the person who doesn't need to announce power. Everyone feels it. They walk into a room and something shifts. Nothing is said, but everything changes. That's presence. That's the energy of someone who knows who they are.
Become the person who doesn't need to prove worth. Results speak for themselves. They don't have to tell you they're successful. You can see it. They don't have to tell you they're capable. Their work demonstrates it. Become the person who doesn't need to defend choices. Success is the defense. When you achieve what you set out to achieve, when you build what you said you would build, you don't need to explain anything. Your life is the explanation. When you truly embody strength, you don't have to act strong. Strength radiates naturally. When you truly embody confidence, you don't have to prove it. Confidence is simply how you move through the world. You become the consequence others must deal with, not through force, not through aggression, through the undeniable reality of who you've chosen to become. You become a force of nature. You don't need to announce your presence. You don't need to prove your power. You simply are, and the world rearranges itself around you. Today you learned that weakness isn't just a personality flaw. It's a strategic disadvantage affecting every area of your life. You discovered how society programs weakness into you. You understood why comfort is growth's enemy. You exposed the 4 lies keeping you powerless. You learned to replace emotion with calculation. You discovered detachment's power. And finally, you learned to become the consequence. This isn't about becoming cruel. It's about becoming strong, strategic, and unshakable in pursuing the life you deserve. If this helped you see your weaknesses differently, hit like, subscribe for more truth, and share this with someone ready to change. Remember, your weakness is not your identity. It's just habits and beliefs installed without permission. Anything installed can be uninstalled. Anything learned can be unlearned. Start today, not tomorrow. This moment is all you have. Use it to become who you're meant to be.